Okay, here we go. DJI Mavic Pro remote controller. Battery replacement. Okay, the first thing you want to start with is a 1.5 Torx. Remove these two screws. And I'm going to try and do this as fast as possible. This controller here actually has a bad button board, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. That should be in a few days, and we'll get that replaced. These are the only two Torx 1.5 screws that we will be going to today. There are several more on this controller, but where we're going, these are the only ones. And everyone, you'll have to excuse me. I'm fighting off a cold or something, and my nose is running, but I need to get this video out. Okay, first thing, these two caps need to be removed. Easiest way to do it is with a flat screwdriver. As you can see, it comes apart pretty good. Now I will stress that this particular controller has been worked on several times, and things are probably coming apart pretty easy. I definitely know it's coming apart easier than a new remote. Alright, the next thing we need to remove is this back plate. It goes all the way across here and right here. Now, the easiest way I found to do this is turn it over. You can see where somebody has used a screwdriver or something, and you may also. Now, I've done it several times. I have fingernails. I find it easiest to spread these out. Reach back here. Don't be gentle. Just get after it. And there she goes. Alright, we have two more screws here. One right here. And one right there. I'll start off with this one. Keep in mind, these two screws are long, so make sure that you don't accidentally put those somewhere else going forward when you put it back together. You need to keep these kind of separated. Okay, next thing, take your flat. By the way, those were Phillips screws. Take your flat screwdriver, and I usually do this by hand, but I'm going to show you how I do it with a screwdriver. See how that just popped off there? And then this one here will need to pop up, and that one popped up. Then we just grab it, and grab it by one of the corners here. You know, up here, don't grab it in the middle. It's easier if you just grab it like this and just, and there you go. Oh, by the way, probably ought to take that button off before you do that. It's a little joystick controller that you use. Okay. Now the next thing we'll remove is the button board. This button board is actually being replaced when it comes in. You have 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one here, if I remember correctly, is longer than the rest of them. There's 3 of these long ones. Yep. Okay, there we go. Now, to get this button board out, it's a little difficult when they're new. This one here has been broken into a few times, so it's probably going to pop out real easy. Oh, and before I forget, this is a little ribbon cable that goes to the button board. Right here, there's a black tab you need to pop up. Just pop it up and then slide out your cable, which actually comes out really easy. It does have some glue back here. I figured this one would come out easier. There you go. And then, you see, it is stuck there a little bit. Got a little bit of glue there. The whole reason this button board is being replaced is because the person that was working on it didn't realize that this black piece that you'll see on yours needs to be propped up, and then you pull the cable out. They decided to come in from this direction, trying to raise this up to pull the cable out. Now, they did get the cable out, but these little pins are very delicate. And after that, yep, they need a new button board. Now, right here is your power connection port. Also for your phone to connect. Easiest way to do this is, and I don't have to do it on this one, but pull the plastic back a little bit right here in the corner, and this should just pop out. These, go ahead and remove your picture and record button. We'll also want to remove this cable. Yep, I got it. And remove the tape. I usually just put the tape over the side. I'll reuse that later. You'll also have a cable right here. Cable connector, I should say. It's not just a cable. It's actually a cable connector. And that pops up. Then you're going to remove the Phillips screw right here. Those usually stay down in there, even though I have a magnetic screwdriver. They will stay down in there. And then you should have two right here. And keep in mind, these are long screws. I forgot about that. As long as you keep your screws organized. See, the flat there won't come out. But that's fine. I don't need it out. Oh, that one came out the top there. As long as you keep your screws organized, you should be fine. Now, this here just kind of pops up. Don't pull up real hard. Reach under here. There's the little black tabs I'm talking about. Now you can do it with your fingernail. And it's probably safer to do it with your fingernail. That way you don't short anything out with a screwdriver. Cell phones have a little plastic tool that works great on these also. And there you go. Now, we're just going to set that over here to the side. And there's our screws. And there should be 4 of them. And we've got them. Okay. Now, this little cable, this is actually your power cable to your battery. This looks fairly new. I don't believe anybody's ever been in this one. At least not in the battery power. And these just pop up, and this can be trying at times. I usually don't have too much trouble at it. And I'm taking a flat screwdriver and I'm just pushing these little pins down, pushing them in a little bit, pushing down. And I'm actually turning. I'm turning the screwdriver. that gives me leverage as I, okay, at this point, there we go. Cover's off. Now, this battery has been replaced, I can tell. The battery is stuck underneath with, I wouldn't say it's 3M tape, because 3M tape, you never get the battery out. That's one thing I say about 3M. When they make double-sided tape, they make double-sided tape. There we go. Okay, now, I know by looking at this battery, this is the replacement battery in this unit. I actually recall this unit now. This here is the original battery from DJI. This is the new one. I will leave a link below. I have no affiliation with this eBay seller, but they do sell the original battery for the DJI. Very hard to find. I did find it in China, actually Hong Kong to be exact. Problem being is I wasn't a reseller and whatnot, and I don't just sell one, you know, blah blah blah. Okay, put your battery in, get your cover, stick it back on, and this here you need to poke in, because there you go, and then pow, it just pops in. Now just push on the top. Your new battery will come with the stickers on the bottom, and you can just peel the tape off like this. Now this is the original DJI battery, and the reason I know it's bad is it's blowing up. It's bulging a little bit, and of course the user stated that it wasn't lasting very long. Alright, now we'll put it back together. This is pretty straightforward. We're just going to do it backwards. And normally I would not even go to the trouble to show you how to put it back together. Most people see it come apart. They know how it goes back together. But I am going to go ahead and do it just for the fun of it. Make sure all your cables are out of the way. There are some little notches right here that this display fits in. And once you get those down, you're home free. Go ahead and put your long screws that hopefully you set aside. And I'll show you a trick here. Most people know this, I would think. But when you're putting a screw in something, don't just immediately go forward. Go backwards. I don't know if you can see that, but turn backwards and you'll feel a click. That click means that you just pop the thread in line with the threads on the screw. Then move forward and tighten it. This will prevent cross thread 99.9% of the time. I'll show you again. And you may be able to hear it, I don't know, but we'll see. There, it popped. And you just tighten it. The reason you get cross threads is because you stick the screw in there. It's at a, I guess I would have to say, a cattywampus angle. And you start screwing it in, and it cross threads. Easy to do on plastic, believe me. There. I don't know if you heard that, so I'm going to turn it around again. I'm going to be real quiet, see if you can hear it. There it went. There it went again. Once I hear the click, I know it's safe to move forward. And there we go. We got that done. Alright. Now, the button board. In fact, that's probably one of the most common replacement parts on these controllers is the button board. People have a tendency to mess up the connector here a lot. You don't see this happen very often, but if you don't work in electronics, you don't know what you're looking for, that can happen. Alright, easy way to get this to work: pull this back. Pull this piece of plastic right here, pull it this way, and then just push down with your finger. If you notice, it all fell in place. If you don't do that, you'll probably find that it's quite difficult to get it back in. Alright, here we go. Long screw goes right here. And the reason they made this particular screw long is because of the power port. We got our fingerprints off that screen. That is very important. So annoying to have those fingerprints. Now we need to make sure we go in here, hook up our cables. And quite honestly, I normally do this before I put the button board on. But I got to talking and blah blah blah. But it's not the end of the world. I don't think. Look, okay, no, we're fine. Again, apologize for the sniffles there. I have really had a problem the last few days with allergies or cold or whatever. Of course, it's summertime, I shouldn't have a cold. Okay. Now, we've learned something here. Believe me, it is much easier to get this on than this. This was just there we go. Now we know we got it on because the screen popped on. Now this part here, this does go on after the board. I usually, when putting it on, I usually try to grab it right above the wires. And just put it in. And don't forget your little piece of tape there. And it's fine to use the original tape. If you prefer, you can get you another piece of Scotch tape and do it. Alright. Then you take your joysticks. Now, if you did touch the inside of here, clean it. Try your best not to do that. Do not touch it. Okay. Put this on the easiest way. Start from a corner and go to the other corner. Then squeeze the corners, move up, and basically get these to pop in. Bingo. That portion's done. Okay. Now your 2 long screws, you better have 2 long screws left. If you don't, I'm sorry to say, you don't have to take it apart, but if you're a perfectionist, yeah, you better take it apart and go find out what you did with your long screws. Just remember, as you're taking it apart, separate your screws so you know where they go. And I hope you can see that. I really want this to be informative so you can change these batteries yourself and not have to spend $250 on a new remote. Matter of fact, if you buy a new remote just because you don't want to replace the battery, you're too concerned about sending the battery, send me your old remote in the comments. Let me know. I'll give you my address, and I'll be more than happy to take that remote. because it's just not hard, guys. It's really not. And ladies, we got a lot of lady drone flyers out there, and matter of fact, I'd love to see them out there. I'd like to see women get out there and show the men that they can do it too. Alright, those two just snap on. Little covers there for your radio arms there for your phone. Again, these are your black screws, the only black screws you'll have during this process. You put these in. And like I said, if you like the video, YouTube's real big with the likes. Give me a thumbs up. And if you don't like the video, give me a thumbs down. I'm sure I'm no video photographer, and I'm definitely no Casey Neistat, and I don't have $1,000 worth of equipment here for video or lighting, obviously. I can see myself in the display here, and I can see that sometimes seeing what I'm doing is really just not that great. I am using a new camera here for this. If you're interested, it's a DJI Osmo action camera. So far I've been very impressed with it. There you go. The button here. This just fits right here. And this is probably one of the first things you should take off when you're doing that. You just push it down. It works. Now the button board's bad, so I don't even know if it'll turn on. There she goes. Now, one thing you'll probably just noticed is the controller is very quiet. If you go one step below where I went with the battery, remove the two side boards that go here and here. They have 2 screws each. No, excuse me, 3 screws each. And then you can pick up this very bottom board. And on this side right here is the speaker. And it's just a little mono speaker. You'll see on all kinds of gaming devices that beep and things. All you gotta do is take some Scotch tape, put it over the little hole, and you'll have a controller that still makes the noises, and you will still have the alarms, but it is much quieter. Well, there you go, everyone. DJI Mavic Pro controller battery replacement. Like I said, I'll put the link for the replacement battery in eBay in my comments down below. And please, if you have any questions or comments about this process, please leave it in the comment. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I plan on having tons more videos, especially about DJI products. And put the little bell if you want to know when I post a new video. Thank you for watching. Be blessed.